Hey everybody, welcome to Discard and Draw. I'm Tank, this is my brother Steele. And Steele, I am very excited today because we get to review one of my favorite types of games.
What?
It's a deck building game, and I love deck building games.
You do love deck building games.
I do. There's a lot of good ones out there, and this is one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite. This is definitely up there, and that is Ascension.
Ooh.
This is actually a smaller version of Ascension right here. But Ascension, this is a great deck building game. This is one of my favorites, like I said. So we're going to set it up and we're going to show you what it's like. So this is a basic setup for 2 players. This version that I have right here is actually just a small 2-player version of the game. The full base game plays up to 4 people. And this, as I said, is a deck building game. Everyone's going to start with a deck of 10 cards. 8 of them are apprentices, 2 of them are the militia. You're going to shuffle that up. Everyone's going to draw 5 cards and start the game. The game ends when this pool of, it's called honor, it's victory points basically. When this pool of 60 honor, it's 30 for each player, so 2 players would be 60. When this pool runs out, you finish out the round, and then everyone counts up their victory points, and whoever has the most is the winner. There are 2 types of cards in this deck building game. There are cards that go into your deck, and then they have these enemy cards here. And these cards are not going into your deck when you defeat them. They're going to go to the remove from play section, and they give you the rewards listed on the card. Now the object of the game, as I said, is to have the most victory points at the end of the game. And you get them from this pool here, and also the cards you buy are worth victory points too, which is on the victory point total for the card is on the bottom left corner of the card. Each card has either a cost if it's a card that goes into your deck, or a combat value if it's a monster that tells you how much you need to defeat or collect that card. Now your apprentices give you one, they're called runes, it's a triangle basically. 1 rune every time you play it, and your militia give you 1 combat. So you have this deck of cards here, which is all the cards that you're going to buy, and also the monsters you're going to be defeating come from this deck. You're going to have 6 cards out at a time. When one is taken, you replace it immediately with a new one. You also have these cards over here that are always available. This is the Mystics, the Heavy Infantry, and the Cultist. The Mystics cost 3 runes to buy, and they give you 2 runes when you play them. The Heavy Infantry costs 2 runes to buy, and they give you 2 combat. The Cultist is a monster that's basically always available to everyone. It's 2 combat to beat him. He gives you a victory point from the pool. He's always there. He never goes away. So he's always available to beat if you have nothing else to fight out in the center row there. Each turn you're going to draw 5 cards. On your turn you're going to play them all. You're going to use the runes to buy whatever you need to buy. Use the combat to defeat any monsters you want to. Get your victory points. You're going to discard your cards. All the cards you buy that go into your deck are just going to go right to your discard pile. When your deck runs out, you reshuffle everything. Keep playing until the honor pool runs out. They give you some extra tokens in case because you're going to need more than just 60 points, because you can keep playing once the honor pool runs out and still get more victory points. But once the round is over, when the honor pool is depleted, the game's over. So as I said, this is a 2-player version of the game that I picked up. It's $10. You can find it at most game stores. Even Barnes & Noble has it. Some of them will have that in stock too. If you want to get the full game, it's a little bit more expensive. It's, I believe, $30 or $40 for the base game, and the expansion is, I believe, $20 for the expansion that goes along with it. There's 3 base games for Ascension, and you can combine them all. But each base game has, beyond the first one anyway, has something extra that they added. One is location cards that do different things for each one that gets flipped up, and you cycle those every round and so forth. And there's some that have new card gimmicks in them, that kind of thing. And each base game has its own expansion that goes along with that. And as I said, you can combine them all, but generally they're better to be played by themselves separately as sort of separate games, separate versions of this game. The one complaint you're going to hear a lot of people talk about online is the artwork. The base game, a lot of people didn't like the artwork. A lot of people thought, I mean, it was very basic. It was done, I believe this was a Kickstarter game, and the guy who designed the game, his friend, like, did the artwork and stuff, and it wasn't great. It wasn't enough to really take away from the game, in my opinion, though. I mean, it wasn't so bad that it made the game horrible to play or anything. I actually liked some of the artwork myself, so and this version of the game that I have here, they redid some of the artwork on some of the cards, not all of them, but some of them they redid the artwork, update it, make it look a little bit better, but again, it wasn't enough to really take away from the game, in my opinion.
It's still a great game.
It is, and it's fun, and again, I didn't have a problem with the artwork.
I didn't either.
So, and this is actually available on Android, iOS, and Steam. It's free on Android. I don't know if it costs anything on iOS. It probably does because everything
costs something. You have to pay Apple something.
Yeah, you got to pay them something for stuff on iOS.
Yeah.
I think it's $10 on Steam for the game on Steam. But it's free on Android. The base game is free. You pay for the expansions if you want those. I think it's like $2 for an expansion, $3 for one of the other base sets that you can have the extra stuff added in. So it's not expensive if you want to get it on Android. If you just want to try it out, download the free app on Android, give it a play, see if you like it. And actually, the app has the original artwork on it.
Yes, you will see the original artwork because we both have the Android app.
Yep.
So
that's actually mainly where we play it. That's why I don't have the full base game, because I got the Android app and it's just easier to play on that. But I bought this for just in case.
You bought this for me and you.
Pretty much, yeah. I bought this for us.
We're the only ones that are going to play it.
Because it was easier playing together with a hard copy of the game than it was with the app, because with the app you're passing your phone back and forth and stuff.
Phone, tablet, whatever. It's kind of...
Yeah.
Gets annoying after a while.
So this was just easier for us to play with each other, basically. So, because that's pretty much it.
Now, Tank, I know this is your favorite game.
It is. Well, one of my favorite
One
games.
of your favorites. It's a deck building game, that is.
I do like deck building games.
But I also enjoy this game very much as well. And I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Well, I enjoy deck building games as much as the next probably average person, I would say, maybe.
I'd say so.
But it's really kind of simple. And
It is very simple.
I don't like when it gets too complicated, because then there's too much going on.
Yeah.
And it really, for me, it takes away from enjoying gameplay. But this game, for the most part, you don't have to worry about what the other person is doing.
No.
And that's what I like. I like doing my own thing throughout a game.
That's very true.
That's
very true.
It's just the way I am. And, I get to do what I want to do. And, obviously, if people take the cards you want,
That's really the only interference.
Yeah, that's about it. And
I think one of the other base sets did add some more player interaction.
Right.
But the base set, like you said, the only interaction is really if someone takes the card you want.
Right.
That's it. Or it kills the enemy you want to kill.
And I like that. And I get to go. I get to do what I want to do. I get to get, whatever I can get. And
get your
victory
point engine going.
I get what I'm doing. I got my deck going, and you're doing your thing. I don't care what you're doing, but I'm doing me, and that's just really great in a game for me. When a game is made, it's just a lot of fun, and like I said, it's simple. There's not too many rules. I mean, sometimes you got to read the cards with different cards with different things. Obviously, that comes with all games.
Yeah, all the cards up here will have some kind of special ability that they
Yep.
do in addition to giving you runes or combat.
Right, but
So-
but they're not difficult cards. They're pretty simple. They're pretty straight. It's all straightforward.
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
You know, and it's just it really is a fun game for me. I remember when you sent me, you said, hey Steele, go look at this game and
Yep.
tell me what you think,
Yep.
because I was thinking about getting
I
it.
told you to download the Android app.
And you
Yep.
told me to download the Android app, and I did, and I played it, and I said, I'm pretty sure I texted you that same night. I was like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you did.
I like it. It's great. Get it. Do whatever you gotta do. I'm on board with it. So it's a great game for me.
very true.
So
And right now they do have available on Amazon, and a lot of local game shops will have this too probably. They have what they call the collector's sets. They have one for each. They call it year 1, year 2, etc. Collector sets. It comes in a tin, and it's got all the cards in the base game for that year, the expansion for that set, and all the promo cards too, and they're all foil cards. And the artwork is updated too on most of them, so similar to this. So those are something you might want to check out too if you're really interested in this game. As I said, it's available on Amazon.com. I think they've only released the first 2 sets right now, year 1 and year 2 they call it, are available. But they're planning on doing all of them. There's at least 4 base sets right now, I believe. So I'm sure they're going to do one for each one. And as I said, it does have the promo cards in it too, which are really cool. The promo for the first set that they released is called the Rat King. And he's a lot of fun because what he does is he's an enemy that you shuffle into the deck. And when he comes up, he adds rat cards onto all the other cards that are in the center row there. And in order to get to those cards, you have to defeat the rats first too. So that's kind of cool.
wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Wow.
So you might want to check those out too. As I said, if you just want to try this out for free, go check it out on Android and iOS. Well, I don't know if it's free on iOS, but it's free on Android. So if you got an Android device, go check it out there.
So that was Ascension, everybody. For Discard and Draw, I'm Steele. This is my brother Tank. Like our videos, share them, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next review.